Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Shubham Sawant, and welcome to Shubham Super Techie. Hope you guys are Hope you guys are Hope you guys are staying safe. That's a mouthful. Hope you guys are staying safe and quarantined. And yeah, it's starting to get boring and lonely. I've been in hibernation for about 5 days, hence not having any recent videos or not being active on Instagram. But I'm back at it again and ready to get cracked into it. Starting with something that I've been dying to review for a long time, but just been lazy to film it. But here we are. And I can't actually show you this product because, well, it's staring right at my face. But you probably guessed it by now. It's the camera that I use to film almost everything, and it is the Canon EOS M50. So, without further ado, let's get started. So a bit of a disclaimer before I start, I usually film on the EOS M50, but since I'm reviewing the EOS M50, I can't actually shoot with the EOS M50, so I'm using my phone, the OnePlus 7 Pro. So if the quality of the videos seems a little bit off or a little bit different, here's your reason. Also remind me, another disclaimer that I should probably mention, I am by no means a camera expert. So all the things that I say are in my point of view. If you have disagreements or have any other opinions, please list it down in the comments. And if you think I made a mistake on saying some things, please also list that down in the comments below, because I need to learn a lot about camera stuff. But with that being said, I'll try my best to keep it within my information and to share some of my thoughts with you guys. So let's get started. So when I started YouTube, I usually filmed my videos on whatever device I could find. Usually it would be my phone, but here and there it could be my GoPro, it could be my DSLR camera, but mostly it was my phone. After all, it was small, convenient, and it had pretty decent quality to shoot video on. But nowadays, you got 1080 at 60 FPS slow motion, you have 4K, even 8K now? That Samsung, what? Wow, okay, bravo Samsung. But, since I'm okay with 1080p, you know, I'm not really there yet for the 4K quality. But 1080p at 30 FPS is kind of my sweet spot. So ever since then, I have been shooting on my phone, and specifically with my DJI Osmo Mobile 2, which is some of the shots that you'll see for this camera. I've been able to get decent quality. The stabilization was excellent, and I didn't really feel the need to get a new camera. But the only thing that was lacking was the audio quality. And my Samsung, well, if you saw my my other video, it got cracked, and so did the lens. And my contract didn't end it for my phone. So, alright, so I needed something that could film decent 1080p quality from. So, hence this little guy came in. Now, I was primarily looking for DSLR cameras, but suddenly mirrorless cameras came into play. And I'll be honest, I do not know much of a difference between DSLRs and mirrorless, other than the fact that they don't have mirrors from inside the lens that can, whereas DSLRs do, hence why they're called mirrorless. That was kind of obvious. And that's where mirrorless cameras came in, and primarily they were cheaper, and I was actually looking for a bundle on Amazon, and surprisingly enough, there was a pretty good bundle. I have it linked in the description below. I'm not sure if they're still available in stock, although there are a bunch of other bundles that you can look at. But the primary bundle that I was looking for had the camera itself, had a microphone, had a monopod. So it also came with different polarizers and a tripod and a bunch of various other small nitpicky things. But overall, it was a pretty decent bundle that I got. And so far, I've been enjoying it. So there are some downsides, I'll admit. No camera is perfect. So primarily now, as you probably noticed by now, I'm not a 4K or a 8K fan for the time being. I still like shooting 1080p at 30 FPS. But with 4K, it does shoot 4K video, But the thing is that it crops substantially to shoot 4K, which is a bit of a downfall if you want to get more area in the background. As with this, I'll probably shrink it down to about here, like here. So it does constrict your viewpoint dramatically. But it does shoot 4K. And then it also has like a beginner's mode that can teach you what things you can shoot and where. I usually focus it on the video and put it on the manual settings and just adjust my ISO and my focus point. Now currently it is tracking my face, so if I move my face left, right, you can't see this on your screen, but the screen that's looking at me, it is adjusting my face. So the autofocus and Canon's autofocus are really nice. That it can really focus on the subject. Sometimes it is a hit or miss. Now I'm not moving too much here, but when you're moving dramatically left and right, it does tend to miss you a little bit, but then about a couple seconds later, once you're standing still, it does come right back into view and focus on you perfectly. Now currently I'm using the standard stock lens that comes in the box, which is the 15-45 lens, and it has lens stabilization, and overall it is pretty good. Certainly is better than the old Nikon D3200 lens that I've been using, which the main point being that it doesn't make any noise when you're trying to autofocus. But it has decent zoom. It does blur out the subjects quite effectively. Especially, and it does take pictures really nicely. Now, of course, you can do a lot of other adjustments to the settings and whatnot, but generally speaking, it does everything quite well. So if you're looking for a beginner's camera, this is a solid bet. Now, I'm still trying to learn, and like I said in the beginning of the video, I will make some mistakes along the way, so please list those mistakes in the comments down below if I do make any. But overall, this is a pretty solid beginner's choice. Now, could you do upgrades to this? Of course, you can add a better lens, you can add a better microphone, better ND filter, and so on. But overall, I'm still at the starting point. I'm still trying to learn more about the camera settings and what new opportunities there might be available to further improve my video quality. So if you guys have any options out there, please tell me. I mean, I would love to learn from you guys and learn the different techniques that I use. So I would love to incorporate them into the video and hopefully make my video better. And if you guys think I made a horrible mistake about picking this camera, I mean, feel free to comment down below. I would love to hear you guys. And if you guys have any alternatives to the Canon M50, whether it be the mirrorless cameras, power shots, DSLRs, whatever they might be, list them down in the comments. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Now, for the most part, I've been shooting with this camera from January. So basically, from January 2020 onwards, I've been shooting with this camera, the Canon M50. Am I looking for an upgrade? Yes and no. I mean, yes, it would be certainly nice to have an upgrade, but this camera is working just fine. And as long as it does its job, which is basically to autofocus, get decent stabilization from the lens without putting a gimbal on, and just doing its job, it doesn't really matter to me. So doing an upgrade will certainly be nice, but for the time being, I'm perfectly happy with it. Now, this was a really quick look into the M50, but if you guys want me to go in depth into more about the camera's details and specs, I'll be more than happy to. So again, list it down in the comments below and tell me if you want me to do that. So I'm sorry I haven't been around for the past couple days. I've been in hibernation, which probably explains the beard here. Man, I feel like I'm a homeless person with old hair and oof. Oh dear, I just messed up my hair. That'll do. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Man, I'm telling you guys to put a lot of comments down below. Hopefully I'll keep you guys entertained during these boring and lonely times. But until next time, stay safe and be healthy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.